to follow up on that question because there is a reality. And I think independents, I think that's who both parties are kind of talking to. If we go back to 2004, Republicans had the governor's office in Ohio, 2/3 of the legislature, nationally, the White House, the House, the Senate. And during those years, particularly at the national level, 2001 to 2007, deficits went up. There were no balanced budgets. The growth of government increased. Domestic spending went up. Departments like education that Republicans campaigned saying they would do away with were increased funding-wise to the tune of 100%. There was no accomplishment in consolidating government, cutting programs, or eliminating waste. All the things that we're hearing about now. I had one independent tell me this week, as a matter of fact, that Republicans are great when they're in the minority because they talk right. But when they get the majority, they don't walk the walk. How do you convince them this year, so fresh off this reality, that there will be a different Republican Party that will do these things?
Yeah, look, I think there's a couple of factors at play here. Number one, as I have said since I took over the state party better than a year ago, look, we were the party of fiscal discipline until we weren't. We were the party of smaller government and lower taxes until we weren't, and shame on us. In many instances we were, but as you pointed out, there are really good examples where we didn't live up to the core principles and values of our party. Shame on us. I can guarantee you that the Republican Party that wins in 2010, and for instance, the Republican Party that takes the gavel away from Nancy Pelosi and puts it in the hands of John Boehner next year, is going to be a different Republican Party than the one that lost it. The Republican Party in Ohio that wins the governor's mansion and takes over the Ohio House is going to be a different Republican Party than the one that lost it in 2006, in part because we're listening to our voters. But we're not just listening to our voters and getting back to the things that made our party great. We're listening to that independent voter. We're listening to that frustrated, whether it's a Ron Paul group, a 9/12 group, a Tea Party group. You know, there is an angst and a desire for people to become involved because they're sick and tired of uncontrolled, wasteful spending. Those are people who should match up well with the Republican Party policy and platform and our candidates, and that's what you're going to hear us talking about for the next 9 months.
All right, Mr.